Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the CX Goalkeeper podcast. Your host, Gregorio Lioni, will have smart discussion with expert, thought leader, and friends on customer experience, transformation, innovation, and leadership. I hope you will enjoy the next episode. Ladies and gentlemen, a really big pleasure to have Filippo Poletti with me. Hi, Filippo.
Hi, Gregorio. Thanks for having me.
Thank you very much, Filippo, for being here. Most of the people, I think most of my audience is not really aware who Filippo Poletti is one of the top voice of LinkedIn. It's, I think, from my point of view, the most influential person in Italy, publishing on an everyday outstanding insights. I think Filippo takes quite a lot of time to select the article, to create the post he's creating, and it's really always value added. And for me, it's clear from the beginning, I'm following Filippo since years. It's not about finding the first article on the top of, for the people who knows that is one of the most known document in Italy, Corriere della Sera, but it's really selecting the right one, commenting it, and creating really a great story around that and explaining that. Therefore, for me, it's really a big pleasure to have Filippo on this podcast. But I already spoke too long. Is one, let's say, if we speak in English, whales of LinkedIn, one of the most influential person, and therefore I would quickly hand over to Filippo and ask Filippo to introduce himself.
Okay, thanks again, Gregorio, and good morning to everybody. Okay, I'm both an Italian professional journalist and communications manager with more than 20 years experience working both as a journalist for Italy's most important newspaper and as a communications manager for different high-level institutions and companies. Now, Gregorio, I'm a manager in charge of digital communication. So I wouldn't have become the professional I am today without meeting and working alongside many other professionals towards a common goal. So success comes from working together. This is, from my point of view, one really important point to gain success.
Thank you very much, Filippo. It's really great to have you here. And you started speaking and explaining about your career. Perhaps do you want to point out also what you are doing in LinkedIn?
Every day I publish an article and I try to share my point of view and what day by day I learn from people. So in our economy, sharing is really important, and is important having knowledge, but it's also important to sharing knowledge.
Thank you very much. And I think exactly it's the next question I would like to ask you. It's about communication. Nowadays, there are a lot of opportunities to get information through social media, through newspaper, television, and everything. And the target is to get attention from the people, to grasp this attention, and that people focus on that. Why did you decide to go into communications?
Okay, Gregorio, and okay, everybody. I owe everything to music. I owe everything to humanities. I wouldn't be in communication if I hadn't studied guitar and composition at Conservatory. Every company is an orchestra. Every brand would like to be as universal as music. So music brings people together. And as John Denver said, the musician, no matter what language we speak, what color we are, the expression of our love and our faith, music proves we are the same. So the American folk singer was right from my point of view. Everybody likes music. I like Chopin, I like Bach, I like Bruce Springsteen. Music is the soundtrack to my life. When I get up, I need rock music. When I eat, I listen to Brian Eno. When I go to bed, I listen to classical music. Hold on. what experience is as powerful as a musical one? The magic word of industry is experience. So marketers say that a brand is not a logo, a website, a product, it's an experience.
That's outstanding explanation, and I hope that people are also watching the video, because how you're explaining also that with your eyes, it's really great, and you are touching really one extremely important point. I am customer experience passionate, and experiences are really the key differentiator, as you are saying. For example, music can move your feelings, can bring you to new ideas, and this is really, really important. And I think you had also a great experience around your latest book, and you mentioned that a new book is coming, but let's focus to the old one. And in order to be sure that I read it correctly, I take my notes. Time for IOP. Intranet of People, focused on internal communication. Why is the person the real capital of a company? Could you please elaborate a bit on your book?
Okay, Gregorio, I like putting the success of people at the top of the list for company success. Employees, believe me, are the most valuable asset an organization has, because company success is dependent on their workforce. So for this reason, we can say that every company is a people company. There are no other words. As stated by the National Association of Business Owners and Entrepreneurs based in the US, many factors contribute to being successful in business. Having a sound strategy, having a marketable product or service, and having efficient processes are all important. But it falls to the people with the organization to execute on the strategies, plans, and processes required to make a business successful. So when we often hear phrases like, our employees are our most important asset, it's right. Simon Sinek, a marketing consultant and best-selling author, has said, customers will never love a company unless the employees love it first. To begin to execute on the concept that your employees are your company, start by listening to what they have to say and by taking them seriously. Companies need good communicators and storytellers to listen to their employees. That's why I wrote the book you just mentioned. So that's why I think that internal communication comes before the external communication. Each and every company needs an intranet of people. It's IOP time. It's time for an intranet of people, all linked by digital devices. So let me summarize. There's something more. Behind the Intranet of People, there is the Intranet of Value. More precisely, the Internet of Value is a digital network of nodes that transfer value thanks to the net. These networks allows everyone to gain know-how, and so they know where, they know when, and they know why. Humanists and storytellers can contribute to building the Internet of People and support the Internet of Value.
I am really, it's difficult to find words, because what you are saying, it makes totally sense. It is extremely understandable to follow. And there also, this is, ladies and gentlemen, this is really something we need to understand. This is big preparation beyond everything what we are doing, what Filippo is doing. It's, as I mentioned at the beginning, there is a strategy, there is a concept, there is knowledge, there is wisdom behind that, and I love that. To elaborate a bit on what you're saying, and it makes totally sense. You mentioned Simon Sinek. I am reading now his book Start with Why for the second time, because I think it's so good that it makes sense to refresh it. And basically also linking that, you mentioned that employees are really key. And there is one guy, and it's difficult to find out who said that first. Therefore, I quote from who I read that. Is Ian Golding is saying, you should care as a business about your employees, because your employees take care of your customer, and your customer will take care of your shareholders. And this is the only way that you should follow in order to achieve success. Also in customer experience, it's not about fluffy stuff and making customer happy. It's really about focusing on strategic goal, on the targets of the company. And if you are not a charity, then you need also to create business results. But only in this way you can create business results. Focus on the employees, they will look for customer, and customer look for the shareholders. If you start focusing on the shareholders, then you lose employees and customer. And I think it's completely, it makes completely sense. And then everything what you said about the internal communication, it's really extremely important, because people need to understand why they are working for this company, why every day they wake up in the morning, early or later, and try to create value for your company. And Filippo, I really love what you are saying. Could you please spend the next 2-3 minutes really elaborating on this concept of the internal communication within companies? Why it's important to also share that and create this value?
Humanists and storytellers can contribute to building the Intranet of People and support the Intranet of Value, as I've already mentioned. There's one quote I really love, Gregorio. As Christian Kron, the futurist tech entrepreneur and author of the Amazon bestseller book, says, "Go digital, stay human." I think that this quote summarizes all the words that I could add about the internal communication. Stay human, guys and companies. Stay humans. Connect your employees, and you will success.
Thank you. Go digital, stay human. I think you also tried, and you are trying, and you are really successful in doing that. Going digital, and we need to speak also about social media. You are one of the top voice of LinkedIn. What does it mean to you being one of the top voice on LinkedIn? And it's not only once. Filippo is every day there and doing a great job there.
It's a big job, dear Gregorio. So, do you remember the famous quote by John Donne? "No man is an island entire of himself. Every man is a piece of the continental, a part of the main." John Donne wrote this the sentence many centuries ago. So network is an investment in your career. Networking, guys, networking, friends. The only place where success come before work is in the dictionary. No work, no success. That's all. So if you want to build strong relationships on LinkedIn, you need to feed your network. Ask not what your followers can do for you, but ask what you can do for your network. As you are doing now, as we are doing now, as you do with your podcast, Gregorio. So let me stress one more important point. The only place success can before, as I already mentioned, is dictionary. What does it mean for me? Every day, Gregorio, I get up early in the morning. I read newspapers and I surf the net. I always pick up a news article about the way companies improve. It's my daily continuous learning review. Every day I share a news article on LinkedIn. It's my way to share what I found out. So last but not least, every Thursday, I host the new normal live tour fueled by my interest in all things on the move. So it's indeed a great honor and privilege to be an official LinkedIn top voice in Italy, but also a big responsibility, Gregorio, because I have to do my best to serve this extensive professional community. So guys, remember, no work, no success. That's all.
Yes, and I can say that's all, because this is something like it's really outstanding what you're saying. For me, only to reiterate, to make that understandable, what Filippo did already a great job. Filippo is not opening the one web page and selecting the first article is fine. He's doing research every day, and I really confirm every day, and since years. And
I started in let me see. I started in 2016. So, but every day I get up early in the morning. I read a lot of newspaper, and I choose one great story. That's my secret.
That's consistency and hard work, and as you said, with hard work you can also get to success, and it's extremely important. But basically, it's not only that you're reading newspaper, but you are always willing to learn new things. Nowadays we are speaking, keep the learning on, because we need to learn every day something new. And you also decided to do an additional formation. Could you please elaborate on that, what you're doing? And the most important question is, why are you doing that?
Thanks, Gregorio. There's one more quote I really love. This is by Leonardo da Vinci. Learning never exhausts the mind, wrote Leonardo many centuries ago. So this is one of my favorite quotes, because we are born to learn, and life is a continuous learning journey. So that's why I decided, for example, to attend the MIP MBA at the Polytechnic of Milan, Politecnico di Milano. I wanted to work with one of the best ranked graduate business school in Europe, which focused on the quality and innovation of its teaching and research. So studying means upskilling your ability to design your business. Disegnare, it's a Latin word, design. It means imagine a new word, design. So Steve Jobs like to say, design is not just what it looks like and feels like. Design is how it works. So everything is design. Communication is design as well. So thanks to the MIP MBA, my mission is to fully master this concept. So it's really important to improve yourself every day. And I mean, the world is changing really fast. So remember, learn every day. Get up and ask yourself, what can I learn today?
Thank you, Filippo. It makes totally sense. And I know it's a joke, but I am saying it anyhow. The big question that I would have is if he should be on the side of the student or on the side of the lecturer. I think it would be better that you are on the other side, but it's represent what you are, that you want to learn every day something. And basically based on what you're learning, all what you're reading and all your great network, what are the hopes for the future that you have?
I mean, Gregorio, good design is good business, and good communication is good business. So I will try to help my colleagues and partners to go full speed ahead in this direction. After the media success of my book, you already mentioned the IOP time, Intranet of People, focusing on the internal communications best practice, I will go online and with with a new book entitled Grammatica of the New World. It stands for, let me think in English, grammar of the new world, I suppose. So I will share the new language we create because of coronavirus, of pandemic. Communication is about human connections. We can underline the words we share a few minutes ago. So it happened every day. It happens today. It will happen tomorrow. Communication is about human connection. That's why I wrote some books, and I will write many books in the future about human connections.
Thank you. The best way to connect with you is through LinkedIn, or do you have other? Are you active on other? Do you have perhaps a personal webpage?
Yeah, I've got a personal site, rassegnalavoro.it. It's my website. It stands for work review in English.
And I will share there in the show notes. And I think the best way to connect with Filippo is through LinkedIn, one of the best voice of LinkedIn. Coming to the last two questions I'm always asking. Perhaps would you like, or do you have a book that you recommend to the audience to read?
Sure. Open Innovation by Henry Chesbrough. As originally spelled by Henry Chesbrough, open innovation is a paradigm that assumes that firms can and should use external ideas as well as internal ideas, and internal and external paths to market. So there was in the past the closed innovation model. Now there is the open innovation model, and we must join it. Open innovation, open innovation, open innovation.
Thank you very much, Filippo. And now the really last question that I am always asking. Do you have, we discussed a lot, do you have something that we discussed or something new that you would like to share with the audience? This is Filippo Golden Nugget.
Okay, Steve Jobs told us, stay hungry. I would add, stay special every day. Thank you, Gregorio.
Thank you very much, Filippo. It was really outstanding, and it was an outstanding discussion. I hope that the audience also enjoyed this discussion as much as I did. It was outstanding for me, open, really mind-blowing, because you are sharing great insights. Your answers are really short, but extremely focused to hand over the content to the listeners that can understand and grasp that. Therefore, Filippo, thank you very much for your time. It was really a big pleasure to have you on the CX Goalkeeper podcast.
My pleasure. Thanks a lot, Gregorio. Thanks a lot, everybody.
Thank you very much. Grazie mille. Bye. Arrivederci.
Bye. See you soon.
If you enjoyed this episode, please share the word of mouth. Subscribe it, share it. Until the next episode, please don't forget, we are not in a B2B or B2C business, we are in a human-to-human environment. Thank you!